空山不见人，敢闻人语响。返景入深林，复照青苔上。Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at another classic Chinese Tang Dynasty poem, this time by poet Wang Wei. Wang Wei was a Chinese government official during the Tang Dynasty. He was also a devout Buddhist, so he was sometimes referred to as Shi Fo, or the Poetry Buddha. This poem is entitled Lu Chái, which was an ancient name for a deer enclosure, which would have been close to Wang Wei's house in the countryside. Now, let us look at the first line. Kōng shan bu jian ren. Kōng means empty, and shan means mountain. You can see the shape of the character is something like the triangular shape of a mountain. Then the next three characters, bu means not, jian means to see, and ren means person or people. So the whole line can be translated as, in the empty mountains, one cannot see anyone. Now to the next line. 但闻人语响. Dan means but, and is still used in modern Chinese. Then the character wen means to hear in ancient Chinese. However, it should be noted that the character ting is used in modern Chinese to mean to listen or hear. Wen has now come to mean smell or taste. Then the next three characters, 人语响. 人语 means human language, and 响 means a sound. So this is the sound of human language. We can translate the whole line as, but one can hear the sound of people talking. These two lines describe the atmosphere near Wang Wei's countryside home. He was not completely in the mountain wilderness like a hermit. Instead, he lived in the peace of the countryside, but still near human civilization. Thus, although he could not see anyone in the mountains, he could still hear the sound of people from a nearby village or farm. The next line reads, 返景入深林. Fan means to return, and jing means shadow, but in this context, it means evening light or twilight. Then ru means to enter, shen means deep, and lin means forest. So this line can be translated as, the returning twilight enters the deep forest. The last line reads, 复照青苔上. Fu means to repeat, zhao means to illuminate, 青苔 means green moss, and shang means on. Remember from last time, we said that the Chinese put location words after the thing that they are describing the location in relation to. So 青苔上, literally green moss on, means on the green moss. And the whole line means returning to shine upon the green moss. These two lines talk about how as the sun becomes lower in the sky at sunset, the light is able to enter the deep forest again, since it's shining horizontally, entering through the side of the forest. Whereas before, when the light was coming from above, it was blocked by the forest canopy. This happens twice per day, once at sunrise and once at sunset. So thus the light can again shine on the green moss. Let's now practice the whole poem together one last time. 空山不见人，但闻人语响。返景入深林，复照青苔上。Thanks for watching, guys, and if you want to hear any more classical Chinese poetry, please leave your requests in the comments section below. We'll see you next week. 再见. So if you're studying classical Chinese, you know, a lot of the characters are different to, they have different meanings to modern Chinese, so you can't really use a modern dictionary. You need a classical dictionary of ancient words, and this one is the Matthews Chinese Dictionary, which is the one that I got. It's Harvard University Press, and it was compiled by this guy called R.H. Matthews in Shanghai for the China Inland Mission and the China Presbyterian Mission in 1931. So it's a really old book, and it was designed for people who were studying the Confucian classics. So really, you know, it's best used for reading things like Confucius, which was pre-BC, you know, works. But actually, it works pretty well for Chinese Tang Dynasty poetry as well. So this is the dictionary I used to look up a couple of the characters for this piece. And actually, it's quite interesting because inside it's all the original printing. So it doesn't have the feel of a modern book. You know, it feels like you're reading some kind of big, old, classic book.